Bienvenidos a Colombia Antigua. La historia es para compartirla sin egoísmo. Es por eso que cada video tiene el enlace y la información de dónde fue descargado. Esperamos que los videos y la información sean útiles para usted.
This is the heart of cocaine country in Colombia. And when these pictures were taken, this was a luxurious hideout for the drug bosses, a place they call Fantasy Island. On this day on Fantasy Island, a boatload of prostitutes was sent in by the drug bosses to entertain at a party for some very important foreign guests. The guests, 10 highly paid British and Australian mercenaries, experts in assassinations and explosives, led by a former British Special Forces Sergeant Major, Peter McLeish, and all brought to Colombia to work for the cocaine cartel. This videotape was purchased by NBC News from one of the mercenaries who made the tape and smuggled it out of Colombia. The next day, the prostitutes were sent back to the mainland, and the smuggled tape shows the mercenaries at work, teaching units of Colombia's drug armies how to kill, using the sophisticated weapons and equipment the drug bosses have bought in great quantity. The drug assassins were shown how to use Israeli and American-made night vision goggles. There was a class in how to fire a rifle grenade launcher, similar to the kind used in recent attacks on the American embassy in Bogota.
Well done!
And at a cocaine processing lab deep in the jungle near the border with Ecuador, former Sergeant Major McLeish taught the drug soldiers how to set up grenade booby traps to stop any Colombian or American drug agents who might come here.
Putting the detonator on.
This is the mercenary who took the pictures in Colombia, Terry Tagney, an Australian who talked with NBC News last week in London. Tagney says he and the other men were told they were going to Colombia to help fight communist guerrillas, but soon realized they were working for the drug bosses.
The guy who was employing us, Mr. Escobar, was like wanted. That was on the front page of the El Tempo.
At the end, did it bother you that the people who were paying you were the Medellín cartel bosses?
I'd never really give it much thought, you know.
Tagney was not allowed to have his camera out when the drug bosses were around, but he was able to get pictures of the son of one of the drug bosses, Rodriguez Gacha. The son, called Freddy, has since been arrested by Colombian police. When the mercenaries were working near Ecuador, Tagney was able to get pictures of the boats bringing barrels of raw coca from Ecuador up the San Miguel River to processing plants in Colombia. And when Colombian police came looking for the mercenaries, they were able to escape on a private cargo plane provided by the drug bosses, according to Tagney, with help from the Colombian military.
We always had someone from the Colombian army with us at all times, as an interpreter, guide, and just keeping an eye on us.
Colombian and American authorities say the mercenaries, the British, the Australians, and before them the Israelis, have trained the very men who are responsible for much of the killing and the bombing in Colombia in the last several months. The mercenaries were told this 14-year-old boy had already killed 3 Colombian officials when these pictures were taken. One of the final scenes of the mercenaries' tape is payday in a Bogota hotel room, as each man counted his cash, all American $10 bills. In all, the mercenaries were each paid $20,000 for 3 months' work, teaching the men